Hey LAN Party Gamers, we're at the HyperX Suite here at CES 2019, and they're showing us off all of these new headsets, of course, because HyperX, as you know if you've been to any of our LAN parties, we've gotten HyperX stuff like headsets, keyboards, mice, etc., and they're here to add to their already great lineup. As you may or may not know, Stingers are my daily driver, and that's just the start of the things that they're showing off coming in 2019. We've got new headsets such as ones that can do 3D audio, positional audio. You can look at a direction, set that as your start point, and then as you turn your head, you can tell where that audio is coming from. You can emulate a concert hall or a movie theater. You can pretend that you're in a room with your friend doing VR and having the audio coming from a centralized source. Directional audio is probably going to be a big thing as it is in gaming, as it will become in other things. So they're ready for that with these headphones. We're also seeing the first Bluetooth headsets designed here, and the audio can either be Bluetooth with battery, and of course if you want to plug in a 3.5-inch headset, you can do that with no power, no battery required. If your headset somehow dies or something to that effect over the course of a tournament or event, you just plug that straight into your computer or phone and you're back up and running with no issues with the Bluetooth headset even. Now showing off a little bit more on the PC-centric side, we've got a lot of RAM. They're showing off their RGB modules. Last year we only got to see 8 gig kits. Well, this year we're bumping that up to 16 gig, going at a minimum of 3,000 megahertz. They've got a set in the system up here of their non-RGBs going all the way up to 5,000 megahertz, and that is fantastic. So the maximum that you can push DDR4 here with HyperX RAM is still being achieved. So it's great to see, and if you're somebody who likes to do overclocking, you like to do a lot of tweaking, you should check out their RAM kits. And if you're into the more bling life, if you're into RGB, obviously they're going to work for that as well. You've got the RGB versions now up to 16 gigs. Okay, well, here is the HyperX Quadcast. This is their new live streaming microphone for if you don't want to have a headset, or you're like me and you've got a sound system, or you're monitoring it but you want it off your face microphone. This is a professional quality microphone reminiscent of something that you would see in a DJ studio or at a radio show. When you're recording, the light turns red. When you're not recording and it has a touch sensitive button on the top, it turns off, and you know for a fact that you're not going to say something you didn't mean to on air. So with the Quadcast, it comes with several different modes between single directional, so if it's just you or you and a co-host, or if you're interviewing somebody, it has another mode where it's front to back. It's got a stereo mode, which is only left to right, and it's got an omnidirectional mode, so you can put it in the middle of a conference room, or you can put it in the middle of a room of musicians and get every sound in that room from this one device. It comes with several accessories, including this stand with a built-in shock mount, and even a adapter for different styles of arm mounting. So you can have this bolted to a table on an arm, and then the microphone can sit on its own mount here with the included adapter. So you can get your own arm and put it on this adapter. Another thing we didn't talk about is their new mouse. This is the Pulsefire Raid, and it's very similar to their last RGB mouse, except it has way more customizable buttons. We've got 5 on the side, and you might think that there might only be 3 on the top, but there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, depending on how you use the middle button. They're not just back, forward browser, or push to talk. You can use their software to customize every button, every direction of the push of this center scroll wheel, every side button to be very specific macros in the software, which I've been told you should be able to download from the software into the mouse and take with you. If you're at a LAN party and you don't want to necessarily install your HyperX software onto the computer at that venue, well, your profile should hopefully come with you with the mouse. Now, the software is still under development, but a couple more things that they told me that it should have incorporated with it is the RGB solution from your keyboard, your mouse, your RAM. It should all be able to sync together in the new version of the software as it comes out later on in the year. So if you have HyperX RGB solutions now, a keyboard, a mouse, RAM, look for that new software to download as it comes out, and you'll probably find some pretty cool little tidbits of things that it can do that it wasn't able to do even last year. So they're always improving not only their hardware but their software solutions as well here at HyperX. And we're going to show you one other thing before we head out, and it's a little bit different for the Nintendo Switch. This is the Charge Play Quad, specifically made for the Nintendo Switch. It can charge up to 4 Switch Joy-Cons at once. And one thing I like is it shows you if it's charged or not right on the top, and it's got a really hefty base. Like if I push on this, it's not going anywhere, so it's not going to accidentally slide off a tabletop or slide off of wherever you keep your Switch next to your TV because of vibrations from speakers or anything like that. These are very secure, and it all charges connected straight into the Nintendo Switch dock, so you don't even need another powered brick in the side of your wall. The other thing they have specifically for the Nintendo Switch that's showing off are the cloud earbuds. These work obviously with anything that uses a single jack or your phone, and it even has an inline microphone, so you can talk to your teammates in games like Fortnite and Rocket League. So it's pretty cool that they're diversifying here at the HyperX Suite, and we're excited to see what else is going on the showroom floor. So thanks for sticking with us, and we're going to be back with more CES 2019 coverage here at San Diego LAN on our one-day trip here this Tuesday.